Man, authority was a pain in the neck. Hello, welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. My voice is a little shot, but we work. We go to work. We're trying Airbend combo. This made the top 8 of the Lorwyn Eclipse Pro Tour. I haven't played this version on the channel, and it does seem to have a boost from Reality Fulcrum, which when it enters, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until end of your next turn, you may play them. That's like a little temporary card advantage. Tap for 2 mana, spend only to cast spells from exile. How does that work really well? Well, this deck is really good at airbending its own stuff. So with Angswift Savior, you can airbend your creatures and then cast them later for 2 mana, which could easily come from Reality Fulcrum. Appa Steadfast Guardian, it airbends any number of non-land permanents you control, including getting more value off the Fulcrum. Airbending Aang at the Crossroads lets you recast all kinds of things from your deck, mana value 4 or less. And airbending Bramble Familiar lets you cast, fetch, quest for 2 mana, milling 7 cards and putting a creature onto the battlefield. When you combine an airbending card loop like this with something already airbent that also airbends and a card on the battlefield that airbends, then you get Doc the Grizzled Genius onto the field. Then spells you cast from exile cost 2 less to cast. Wow, look what that does. Now you can cast Aang to exile Appa, cast Appa, exile Aang, cast Aang, exile Appa, cast Appa, exile Aang, cast Aang, exile Appa. You get it. It's a new single. Don't remix that. I might do something with that. Bagermole Cub is busted, so we play it. Airbender Ascension is another way to get airbending going, and 1 Whittle Steam Rip, just in case you ever go second against a Bagermole Cub, I guess. It's an interesting build, and it did do well in best of 3. Will it work in best of 1 in the post-Pro Tour meta? Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. No. Pro Tour is great. I get so many new decks to play. Yes. Take covers. We're coming all over the place. All right. Tapped Pool, followed by Verge. Mana, great. Covers. No Spell Snare. This game's over. Good luck, opponent. What are you going to do? Cooked cover? I'll wait. I will wait longer. Come on, the land. The land. It's got to be the land. They act like they've never played against Bagermole Cub before. What do I do? What do I do? There's 2 of them. It's a good play. If I had known it was bounce off, I'd make more fun of them for how long that took. Yeah, that's what you do. 100%. If you can bounce the land, it's the best way to kind of undo and take advantage of earthbending. Yep, right into an Ashling. So they are playing the Elemental deck, which is a good deck, has been a pretty strong one. Let's see if they block, I guess. I want 2 damage. They took it. Interact, I could never. Let's see if they can bounce another land. Ashling transforms for red mana. They are the most elemental. And they've thrown. Okay, it's on. It is so on. This is probably an Aang turn, right? What turn are we on? Does this enter tapped? It does. This taps for 3? 5 total? But it only taps for an extra green. It does make it a little awkward to play Aang. So what do we do? What do we do? Do we play the Fulcrum and hope everything's fine? Or do we airbend their elemental? I think we got to play the Fulcrum. I think the Bagermole Cubs will get dealt with. The opponent's going to do their pop off next turn. That is fine. And then we can do... This can only cast spells from exile, remember? So we'll do like that. Now, is it worth having a different land on the field from starting town? No, that's mana of any color. We'll do like that. We'll just take the value where it is, even though we probably don't need these lands. Here comes the throne. Let's see how much they can do to us. Deceit is a hell of a card, and you can see they've already set up the mana for it. The elemental deck did do a good job beating the Cub decks. That's why it had a really good outing, and you're probably going to see it here. They're going for the Cubs, but will they take the Cubs? The fact that they actually bounce these back and now they pick their targets could be interesting. Aang and Doc are part of the combo. Cub is just a lot of mana. They could leave me with a lot of mana and nothing to do with it, but then they're at the mercy of the top decks. The top deck gods frown upon you. Yeah, they do. That's their play. They run Vinestock? That's a little alteration to the list. Okay. Off the top land. Okay. They are winning. I guess we will Cub up. And hope for the best. Not much else we can do. The flood is flooding. It is 7 lands. That is where things went very wrong. Drawing 7 lands is not ideal. Our Fulcrum just got us an elf in another land. Yep, that bounces all the non-elementals, and that's pretty much game. You got it. And now they're like, wow, I beat double Cub, and they should be. It's not easy. Opponent goes first. We don't have Llanowar elves. Is this hand fast enough? I'm keeping it based on the Cub. I'm not sure though. Not sure if I should be doing that. Looks like they're gonna play auras. All right, let's see how fast this deck is here. Let's just say this deck, this aura deck, it don't get no Pro Tour love, okay? Is this a Bramble familiar? Is there a world where this is a Bramble familiar? You gotta remember they run Shelter by Ghost. This can hit the Shelter by Ghost, get back the Cub. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess that we are fine. I've got to remember to animate the cards that give you options because this only provides green. So animating like a blue-white or a starting town is good. I'm so used to earthbending, turning lands into creatures just being something you do on the land you most wouldn't miss. That really doesn't happen very much. Yep, this mono-white aura deck is truly a best of one phenomenon. I'm still blown away that this is what most people are playing, but let's see. This has got a shot at us today. Let's see if it kicks our butt. It is the most popular deck. It is really funny to watch the win rate drop as they get into Mythic, because it's not a hard deck to beat, but it does beat a lot of it can get you the dubs. The gold win rate is a lot better than the Mythic win rate. Okay, we can airbend the Rip, and then they have to cast it again for 2 mana, which is actually upside for us. This can still enter untapped now, so what a good time for it. We can go like this. Oh yeah, we can't airbend the Rip. It says creature. Nice. All right, Well, that's you. Should have developed Bramble, probably. Uh-oh, that's the card you don't want to see. The deck is so much better when they have a scavenger. But hey, they're just playing the keep card. And they do have armor. That's a good card that you don't want to see. Take 5 here, but they only have 1 card in hand and they scryed bottom, so they probably don't kill me next turn. Ugh. Fulcrum is a heck of a gamble. Might make a lot more sense to play a Bramble Familiar. I could Airbend Ascension the Aerialist. That would get rid of Ethereal Armor and probably buy me a lot more time. Yeah, I guess we do that here. Doesn't feel great. But the amount of time we buy is basically like drawing 2 or 3 more cards. As long as they don't draw another Ethereal Armor. Like, beating Ethereal Armor is probably like their best card, especially the way this game is going. They don't seem to have more enchantments. They probably have Shard Mage's Rescue. That's the first time we've drawn Appa today. That's pretty good. Good enough to shock in, baby. Let's get those quest counters. And pass. Wary opponents know what this is. They're gonna rip. What's their target? Man, they snapped that off. And target the elf. Do I go for this? Do I let them have the elf? I think I do. I think I have to try to ambush. Well, if I block the scavenger, actually, it's not gonna work. Right? It's not gonna work because the opponent's gonna play Shard Mage's Rescue, be big enough to beat this anyway. So I actually want to block with Fountain, then Appa. Wow. Which means I'm not ambushing with Appa. I could jump the keep. Yeah, I could block the keep card. Am I dead then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm dead. Okay, but if Shard Mage's Rescue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doesn't beat me. Okay. That's tough. We're gonna go to 1. We might lose. But I played this one badly because I forget that Airbender Ascension wasn't permanent. I mix it up with the 3 mana Airbend target thing. It's a spell. Mixed it up. Let's go here. Don't want to lose the Appa. We're going to need those 1/1s. And they say go. If they have double rescue or Feather of Flight rescue, they win. Didn't have to play it now either and give them the window. That was a bit of an oops. Should have just waited till end step if I was going to do it like this. No, wait, that's not true. I needed the mana. That's why I did it now. Yep, there was a reason. Well, they don't have 2 flash enchantments, or we would see it. Anytime, Fervent. Show us how fervent you are, or something. Get back my land. Thank you. Interesting. Man, if we hit a dock off this, we're doing it, right? So let's try. We're also not necessarily dead, but probably dead. I mean, surely they have rescue. And we hit Cub. That is not what you wanted. That's really bad. And we have no 1/1s here. But we do have 3 blockers. That hurt. Not gonna lie. But we're not dead. We are sheltered by ghosts away from dead. Yeah. All right, what do we want to keep most? I think it's the Appa. So there you go. Block everything because Shard Mage's rescue is a kill. Now they can rescue here and they can kill the Cub. The Appa we need to keep because we need the 1/1s. That's how we keep blocking. A flyer and some 1/1s might get us another turn. I really hope we get to kill the scavenger, but there's a good chance they save it. Let's see. Ooh, rescue over there. Uh-huh. Okay. It looks like they're going to keep the aerialist, which is evasive. So if they find a way to remove the Appa, they win. And then they give the +1/+1. Ah, darn it. I was hoping they'd forget about that. The slumbering keep guard ability. Land off the top. This is Ward 2. If I shock this in, I can airbend both of these. Basically getting me another turn. Or I can play Fulcrum. But I've got to airbend the aerialist, right? I have to, and that's 4. Yeah, so I guess I have to airbend both of them. And they kept on top, so we can't expect another turn, but going to 1 is really bad. Anything will kill us, and they have enough to redeploy 2 threats. And of course, if modified, this flies. So we barely have another turn. And they might have to tap out to redeploy though, which means this has Ward 2 no matter what. That's the annoying part. And they play Weaver. Okay. All right. Ah, that's not it. Nothing has been it. Where's my cards that don't suck? Oh no. I think that's it. That's not going to be good enough. I hate losing these games, but it's definitely on me. I played the wrong card. So they have to modify this and they win. That's easy enough for them to do. All right. Still haven't cracked the code on winning with this deck. Let's try it again. Elf on the play. If this isn't it, nothing is. It's cheating. It's like Bagermole Cub is cheating at Magic, guys. Okay. They got the memo. People are packing removal at all times. If they deal with the Cub here, then we might have a nothing turn. Let's see how good they are. I'll get lost. We have maps. Maps are great. Let's get some more land if we can. Beautiful. Curving out, baby. Sure. Another 4-drop. I mean, it's flash and we're against blue-white control, so that's a good card. Even if we already have several. They're gonna need it. Until the end of your next turn. Awesome. Like, this is probably where this shines, is against control. Exile. Beautiful. Do we play them? Yeah. Why not? This is a card we don't want to get wrecked, though. If we play it next turn, we can protect it with Appa. Smart. We're learning. Let's leave it safely in exile here. But we didn't hit a land with it. Pass. Cool. Ang. Cool. How close are we to just popping off here? Pretty close. Now we kind of hold, right? Like this. Send a message. Damage still matters. Pass. See if they respond. Staring match begins. Play around board wipes. They know about this one. Let's get it countered. Gotta work your way through them. Nothing exiled right now. We want enough to play Appa. Do we have enough to play Appa and Aang? We do. Okay. Sick. Can't use that for mana though. Wait, we're actually one short. Yes, we are. That's right. We can't use this except for things that are exiled. That's tough. And we can't play this and still have mana open to cast Aang. Yeah, we're exactly 1 mana short of everything we ever needed and wanted in our lives. Oh, it hurts. So what can we play? We can play this around No More Lies. That is a cool thing we can do. But it's flash, so why would we do it now? Let's just keep picking at them. Keep hopefully wasting their mana, and if they tap out, punish them righteously. We got them on the run. Keep them on the run. All right, playing around No More Lies. Resolves. Minute 0. So dangerous. I mean, we could pump this up and go for the win. I just don't think it would actually work. What you got? Cool. Love that. Hello. So the way this works, right, is I just do this forever and ever. Yeah, that works. And then this. So I make endless like 1/1s here, and then I airbend the Unagi. I don't need endless 1/1s. I just need enough to make absolutely sure that we win the game. I mean, they're probably going to wipe the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blah, 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 blah. This is 0 as long as the dock is here, so I can play this post-combat, and we can see if we can hit something else to end the game. So we do that. Hit. Post-combat, play this, and let's see what we get. Come on! All right, there's another dock that we can play next turn. We can flip this. I don't think that matters. All right, board wipe. I'm sure. Day of Judgment. Earthbend is fun. 1 mana open does not counter the thing. Could be spell snared, but it doesn't look like they have it. All right, this is 2. And then free. So do we trust the top of our deck, or do we want our top 5? I think I want the top 5. Like, I don't want all of these gone. So I guess it's you? That wasn't the greatest. So there's probably another board wipe, and this is already lethal. So let's pass. Digging. Card selected. 40 explodey. I guess if they remove this, they're going to 1. But a Bagermole Cub would do it. They pass. Wow. Okay. How likely is it to just be spot removal? Let's see if we can find out. Fulcrum. Oh ho ho. Yeah, that might be pretty good. Ah, does Swift Savior stop you? I have a Get Lost. Yep. So if we send the Get Lost, they just cast it again. But what does Aang do here? I mean, just reset Aang at the crossroads, cast it again. Seems good. Just keep happening. So once again, they need a board wipe. Do we play this? What could we hit? We could, if we airbend this Aang, then their board wipe gets exiled, gets airbent. So let's go for that. Who knows what could happen? Boom. Never didn't have it. That looks fun. Goodbye. They're at 1 life and we're about to cast our deck. Sweet. Hey guys, never rank down. In fact, start the video there. 0 losses. Ha! It's a weird deck. At times it's broken. At other times it feels like nothing happens at all. It's a very strange way to play your Magic the Gathering. I mean, this is just the combo. If they do nothing, they'll probably do something. But what if they do nothing? What if they're mono white? Interesting. Is this control again? So I can give them infinite life. Charming. It is control again. Sweet. Love that. Wow. All right. So I have to beat them to death. Your go. Esper. Cast your stock up. Try it. Just try it. This is wild. I guess I'll do this. Why not? Like, so Authority of the Consuls. I've taken it out of most things. Just hasn't done much for me. But here we are. I have the combo. But for every creature I make, they get life. So what I probably need to do is just keep looping Aang's to keep them from casting things. So do I play the Fulcrum? I don't think so. Just say go? Try to just pick at them? Keep them from interacting with my stuff at all? That's not mana for a counter spell. It's mana for a removal spell. And they didn't kick it. What's the matter with them? Beautiful. We love that for us. So I do this. But man, authority. But we just get the virtue. There you go. And now this is on board with Aang in hand, which means we can airbend something at instant speed. Which means they have to stop us somehow. But that life total's so high. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Think. I can make all these creatures, but their life just goes double. Do I do it? Do I do it? I think I just have to try to kill him. Bramble Familiar. They transform this big punch, then they Day of Judgment for 2 mana. Need to airbend this again. Let's see what we get. Wish me luck. Easy. Never did have it. All right, combo's still online, and now we can do it with a lot more value. So on their turn, I can't do it all. I just need to do the combo and end it with an Aang exiled, even though they're going to have a ton of life. But I can get a lot of value out of this, and that's important. Oh, authority. With those. Fulcrum. It's gonna exile more stuff, give them more life. There's Seam Rip in the deck somewhere. Other Fulcrum. Another Fulcrum. No Ultimas. But yeah, we can like play our deck here, but can we win? This is really weird. I guess I'll fetch quest. There goes the one of Seam Rip. I guess we get it. There, I got one. Now we just have the other one to beat. Again. Boom, 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 boom. I need something to remove an authority in this deck. How do I fix that? I don't think I do. I don't think I have the means. I need airbend target permanent. This is also target creature. But now I have a way to keep Aang on backup duty, right? That's kind of important. So that I can airbend the future spells. Okay. Still going here. Do I fetch quest and mill again? There's one more Aang in the deck. Should probably have a huge board that can attack for lethal. So we need to do a little more than the authority. We have to actually build up the board. I guess that's the only one there. Okay, now we know there's some trash on the bottom. And these airbend up. We can cast you. Nice and easy. We need to get to enough damage to attack them, which means we have to get bigger. The Aang gives everything a +1/+1 counter that could attack for 40, because this would be 26, 27, 28. And then you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we also have to still keep Day of Judgment from resolving, which is going to be hard. Going to be hard. I don't think I'm doing familiars. At this point, I can cast everything with these fulcrums. So I don't need to. And we can send the Ascension. And again. And again. And where are we at? 24 cards. So we want to get pretty much everything we can here. Wow. Don't we have Cubs in this deck? There they are. Yeah, Cubs can earthbend if we only had a land we could untap. But we had to tap all of our lands. I don't think I have a tricky way to do that. But that is a way. I guess it does not offset. It does not offset authority. This makes the exiled cards cost more, but it's a legend. Oh, I forgot that. Shoot, I got excited. All right, let's focus. Clock running. Another Appa, another Cubber. The thing is, I don't think I can instant speed Aang enough, can I? I guess if the Appa's not on the field. So send the Appa airbend. Now we go cast you. Gotta make sure we have enough damage now. I just clicked end turn, didn't I? Well, that's what happens when it gets crazy. At least I don't have a hand size issue. Yeah, airbending is not countering. This shouldn't be too hard. We want to virtue the dock. We can't allow that. But if we exile it, we can't recast it. So it has to be Aang. Would have been better if we had left our last Aang on the battlefield. That's what I was trying to do. There is one more. Care to try again? There's two Appas. One can be cast off a fulcrum. One is here. They're going to consult. That's fine. 54, but this flipped Aang will hopefully put us over what we need for damage. There's the Day of Judgment. Here's an Appa. Sending you. What other permanents do we send? You. I think that's it. We're gonna need offense. $55 is a lot, but I think we've got it. Am I positive? No. But I guess making the number go up does matter. 20, that's 40 right there. We've got it. Right? We do have to airbend. We've got it. I'm sure we've got it. Weird game, but here we are. Man, Authority was a pain in the neck. But the opponent got to watch us play Magic for like 10 minutes. I hope they had fun. Thank you to the sponsors of my video, CoolStuffInc.com. Use the promo code CGB5 and you will get a discount at CoolStuffInc.com. And Dragon Shield. Use the promo code CGB5 at Dragon Shield and the link in my description to support the channel. Thank you to everybody who does that. Bant Airbend Combo is a funky deck. I am not great at it. I've only really played it just for this afternoon, as you can see. My first impression is that there's a lot of power and it probably takes a lot of practice. Understanding which cards to keep in your hand and which cards do what you need to do, and making sure that you make all the right decisions when it comes to various ways to airbend various things. It is a different kind of skill and one that probably takes time that I haven't put in yet. So don't take anything I do as gospel on how to play the deck. There's probably a lot more to it. And the footage of the Pro Tour helps. If you've watched some of those feature matches, you can see this deck in action. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next one. You're cool.